sealed at the bottom with clay, and this big bad boy right here will get at the temps of like 1200 degrees. I may still do it, a class just on this, how to feed it, how to make it, how to turn it, because it's a lot. So 2 or 3 person job to run this through. All right, so the volume, the total volume of this kiln is 3 cubic yards. One person can create 1 cubic yard of biochar every 34 hours with this system. And the way you work this one works, you catch this up here on fire, okay? Now it's standing up a little high. If we were gonna start, I wouldn't let anything be taller than about right here. And I would catch, because we just have to push it down. The brush on top, you catch that on fire, it goes down. As it goes down, you'll see the flames, it'll hit the bottom, the flames will come up, and it will quickly consume all of this. At that point, you begin to feed it. You feed it with bedding, you can feed it with manure, you can feed it with wood chips, you can have diseased plants out of your garden, you can feed this with, this is last year's, Daddy help me out, bell peppers.
Yeah, bell peppers.
And so I was trying to do something. I was going to try to save them through the winter, and I didn't quite insulate them well enough. So that's last year's bell peppers. So I mean, like literally, you can put all your feed stock in here. You can use anything that you want. All right. So as long as it is organic material, you can turn it into biochar. Once everything burns down, while it is still in charcoal size, you have to wet it. All right. Then you have to disassemble this, pull all the biochar out, and as you're rolling it out, you have to continue to wet it. And that is to stop it. Stop it so it doesn't turn into potash, because it's not what you want. You want little 1/4, 1/8 to 1/4 inch pieces are the best size for clay. Now, you've got a clay-based soil. The smaller you get them, the better they're gonna work into that clay. Now, I did a little research. My dad and I were talking, and the thing about biochar is it's actually called black carbon, and it can sequester carbon from the atmosphere back into your soil. You want biochar and clay for this reason. It creates air pockets. So when you're talking about clay soil, the #1 problem that you have with clay is that clay, when it gets wet, does what? Like this. And it'll actually kind of move, right? It'll actually get a little bit of like a bounce to it, and you can feel that tackiness in it. The only way to get that tackiness out of it is to dry it back out. But if your clay is uncovered, when you dry it back out, it cracks, then all the soil microbes die. Clay is your most nutritious soil in the world, and it is also one of the world's greatest. I mean, like everywhere you go, every continent has clay-based soils. There's a reason for that. We have to learn how to tap into getting that clay to work. So what you can do is when you make your biochar, you can take the biochar out of here. It takes, like I said, about 4 hours for the process. Get you a bucket of rabbit urine, dump the biochar into the rabbit urine. It charges it and it soaks it up. Then you take that and you sprinkle it out on that no-till like you would with your compost, like you would with your worm castings. When you go to transplant, you make a little hole, drop some biochar in there, you set the plant on top of it, and it's going to feed that.